All right, good morning class. Welcome back to Algebra 1. Today is Thursday, May the 7th. Proverb for today is found in chapter 9, verses 3 and 4. She, or wisdom, has sent out her maids and calls from the highest point of the city. Let all who are simple come in here. She says to those who lack judgment. So the simple-minded are the dumb. Okay, the dumb as well as the rest of us, we could all be considered dumb, I guess, need wisdom. And you're going to find wisdom in God's Word. You're going to find it through reading God's Word or listening to God's Word. So I hope you spend time this summer in His Word, searching for wisdom, and challenge me to do the same thing and check with me next year and see what we've discovered. All right. You'll note here on the left-hand side of the board that we have a Chapter 10 worksheet / test on Monday. It will be the last math assignment. It'll, I think, be a Google Doc. That's my plan anyway right now. That will be the last math assignment. It may not be your last assignment in school, but it is your last Algebra 1 assignment. So today is the last section in Chapter 10, so it's very fitting that we have our test on Monday due Tuesday. All right, section 10.5 is titled Box and Whisker Plot. There's some advantages or pros to box and whisker plots. I thought they were very interesting. They show the spread of the data. Okay, so as we examine our data set, I'll try and point these highlights out. They demonstrate symmetry, if there is any symmetry amongst our data. It will indeed review skewness, or how data leans, and it will highlight outliers, data that does not fit our set very well. So usefulness for box and whisker, and these are not childlike by any means. Scientists use these. You use them when you have a large number of observations or data points, and also when comparing two or more sets of data. And so that will be one of your questions in your homework today, is once you're provided two box and whisker plots, answer some questions. So I hope you find that interesting. All right, here's just a general sketch of what a box and whiskers, okay? So it's a box and whisker. You have a low point, low number, high number, or highest number. You have a lower quartile and an upper quartile. These are the medians of the upper half of the values, and this is the median of the lower half of the values. So I've numbered these, 1 for the low, 2 for the lower quartile, 3 for the median, okay, and you know how to find the median, it's that middle number. We have an upper quartile, and then we have a high number, all right? Now, these 5 values, your author doesn't point it out, but you will hear it at some point called the 5 numbers summary of your data. So as you hear the term 5 numbers summary, these are the 5 numbers they're talking about, all right? As far as what the number 2 is, and I think I put it here, the lower quartile is called the median of the lower half, and the upper quartile, which on your picture is number 4, the upper quartile is the median, okay, the middle number of the upper half of your data, okay? So these are just some terms. We're going to go through exercise number 4, found on page 687, and we're actually going to make, I've already made it, a box and whisker plot of the data. So, here's our data listed from exercise number 4. Now, it says when its usefulness is for a large number of observations. There are not a large number of observations. Matter of fact, there are only 12. But it is an example of how to construct a box and whisker plot without getting bogged down in a lot of numbers. So, I've written down our data set, and then step number 1 is to order your data set. So you might even stop the video and order your data set. So there were 2 1s, a singular 4, 3 5s, a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, skips 11, and goes to 12. Now, step number 2, we're asked to identify the median. So we're headed from both ends to the center. It'd be great, it'll be easier if you're given an odd numbered data set. Then you just count and you pick the middle number. But the middle does not fall that way because this is an even set of data. We've found the median before. You have to take these two values, sum them, and divide by 2. This is going to be the first time that I'm going to say, you know what, decimals are probably going to be your best friend, okay? Because we're looking at sets of integers most of the time, and so it'll come out most of the time in halves. So the median of our data set, this is back on your picture, this is item number 3 of the 5-number summary, is the median. It's 5.5. So step 1, order your data set. Step 2, identify the median. All right. We'll scoot over to the middle of the board. All right. Step number 3, okay? This is finding the number 2 value in your 5-number summary. You're going to take the lower half. Okay, so I have recopied the lower half. 1, 1, 4, and 3 5s. And I have again struck to find the median. Okay, so since there are 6 numbers on the bottom half and 6 numbers on the top half, again, the median of the lower half is going to be another decimal, 4.5. And it is called the lower quartile. It is the median of the lower half. Okay, step number 4. You're going to find the upper quartile, which is the median of the upper half of the numbers. They are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12, skipping number 11. There are 6 values, so you're going to count over 3 and 3. Falls smack dab between 8 and 9. So 8 plus 9 is 17, divided by 2 is 8.5. This is the value of the upper quartile. It is the median of the upper half. All right? All right, step number 5, easiest part. Identify the low and the high. Well, the lowest number was 1, which appeared twice, but it is still our low. And the upper value, the highest value, is a 12. So our low and high is a 12. All right, that's step 5. Step 6, we're going to sketch, okay? And then if there are appropriate questions to answer, you will do that from your sketch. Now you're going to have a scale, okay? I know my high numbers are 1 and 12, so I've drawn a scale, or basically a ruler, okay? So it is evenly spaced so that I can verify that my box and whisker plot is fairly accurate. Now, I've done mine horizontally because that's the way they've done them in the text. On the internet, some people choose to do them vertically, and I kind of liked that. If you choose to do those vertically, you may as well. All right. Identified the low, which was 1, the high, which is 12. That's going to indicate the ends of your scale, if you will. Okay. Then I just put a point where my lower quartile was, a point where my median is, and a point where my upper quartile is. And you can draw the line all the way through the box if that helps you. All right. These are your 5 numbers for your 5-number summary. This is your low is 1, and these are the ends of the whiskers, by the way. The edges of the box are your lower quartile and your upper quartile, and then you draw a line wherever the median is inside the box. Okay. Now, there are some interesting things, that I remember from college. I've taught statistics concurrently through John Brown University on a high school campus before, and so I remember outliers as being a big deal, okay? And a box and whisker will highlight outliers. These are numbers that just don't fit the data set very well. Now your author chooses to put the outliers the very last number. So if there were a 30 out here, we would draw the line a whole lot longer and put a point here, and that would be the end of it. That would be the high. But note, 30 doesn't really fit this set of data that ranges from 1 to 12. So it would be an outlier. What I liked better was an open circle and then putting maybe a 30 or a 32 or something as an outlier. I like that better. This is not in our data set. I'm just giving you an example of what an outlier would look like. Your author, if you are looking at odd-numbered exercises in the back of the book, he's going to use the outlier as the very last number, but he's still going to classify it as an outlier because it does not fit. I don't really care if you do that, if you draw the line and let that outlier be your last number. But again, I kind of like this because it makes more sense. It's just a piece of data that yes, you have collected, but no, it does not fit. All right. That's all I got for you. I hope you like Box and Whiskers. I think they definitely have applicability or application. You should see them on an ACT exam when that comes to you in the end of the 10th grade, first of the 11th grade. You will be asked to interpret data from a box and whisker. You won't be asked to make one, but you'll be asked to interpret the data. So I hope this helps. Anyway, love you guys. Hope you have a great weekend, and we will Google worksheet test on Monday and be through. And then I hope to get to see you guys next Friday, the 8th. I will be here on campus. All right, take care.